Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders have clashed over Wall Street and foreign policy, in the Democratic presidential candidate's first one-on-one debate. Ms. Clinton cast him as an idealist who will not get things done, and Mr. Sanders accused her of being too tied to the establishment to achieve real change. The TV debate in New Hampshire was their first since the Democratic race was whittled down to 2 this week. Without a third person on stage, the policy differences were laid bare. The former Secretary of State said Bernie Sanders' proposals such as universal health care were too costly and unachievable. Democratic debate, as it happened. And she went after her rival aggressively over his attempts to portray her as being in the pocket of Wall Street because of the campaign donations and the fees she had received for after-dinner speeches. "It's time to end the very artful smear that you and your campaign have been carrying out," she said. The debate comes 5 days before the second state-by-state contest in the battle for the presidential nominee, in New Hampshire on Tuesday. Despite the tensions over policies, the debate ended on a warm note, when Ms. Clinton said the first person she would call would be Mr. Sanders, if she won the nomination. The debate was their first without the presence of the former governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley, who quit the race on Monday night. He was a distant third in the first state to vote, Iowa, where Ms. Clinton narrowly beat Mr. Sanders after a prolonged count. Mr. Sanders holds a big lead in polls in New Hampshire, which borders the state where he is a senator, Vermont. Both Republican and Democratic parties will formally name their presidential candidates at conventions in July. Americans will finally go to the polls to choose the new occupant of the White House in November. The winner of the Democratic contest will likely face one of Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, or Marco Rubio, who finished in that order in the Iowa primaries.